So, pure evil at its finest, coming right up. What's up, y'all? Welcome back to Common Sense, Logic, and Reason. As always, I want to say thank y'all for joining me today. So, when it comes down to like the real hate, again, speaking on America, can't speak on the rest of the world, but when it comes down to the real hate, the real racism, the real division, the real confusion, the real lies, the real misinformation, right? The real disrespect of black people. Far too often, Republicans and conservatives are wrongfully accused of doing this. Many blacks believe that the Republicans are racist, these racist white folks. They hate black people, so on and so forth. The typical, the usual. But actually, it's the left are the ones that are doing it. These white leftists are the ones that are doing this. Malcolm X did warn black people of white leftists. And these are the ones that really push all the hate, the division. These are the ones that's telling black people that we are just incompetent. We're not smart enough to get IDs, even though most black people have IDs. And black people, they are telling black people this nonsense. And black people keep falling for it. It's beyond belief at this point in time that black people just keep falling for the same insanity. Anyway, I saw this video by this white leftist. The white leftist female, clearly she's leftist because you have to be leftist to push this narrative. So let's go into this video.
And right now, white people are really frightened. If you don't understand, the main problem confronting the United States today is there aren't enough white babies being born in this country. If we don't change this and change it rapidly, white people will lose their numerical majority in this country, and this will no longer be a white man's land. The third thing he says, and white men and women had better pay attention to this, 60% of the fetuses that are aborted every year are white. If we could keep that 60% alive, that would solve our birth dearth. Does that sound like racism to you? The main trauma is, it tells white people that they are superior because of the lack of melanin in their skin. And then they find out suddenly that we've got a black president. That's traumatic. That's where the trauma is. Living a lie, finding out the truth is traumatic. Finding out now, recently, that within 30 years, white people will be in the numerical minority in this country is going to be traumatic. White people are scared to death right now, particularly white males. They're scared to death that they are going to lose their power in the future. And they...
As I say, y'all, this woman is a leftist because there's no conservative in their right mind that believe this or you ever hear them saying this. Only people on the left are the ones that's always sowing this type of division, constantly keeping black people as victims, keeping black people on the Democratic plantation, believing that white folks hate them. White people do not fear black people. There's absolutely no evidence that the average general white person out here hates black people. That is foolishness. Absolutely ridiculous. This is the type of nonsense that, again, Malcolm X warned blacks about, and I'm warning black people about. They keep putting out foolishness like this to keep the division going, to keep black folks angry and enraged about race. And I just throw my hands up and wondering, like, black people, when are we going to learn? How many times do you have to keep getting fooled by foolishness like this before you wake up? And it's just at a certain point in time, I don't know, some black people, I don't know if they're ever going to be woken. This is absolute pure evil. And this woman, I don't know who this woman is. I don't give a damn who she is, but I just want to warn this woman. I say this about the leftists all the time. There will be some hell to pay when Jesus returns. And this woman can sit here on video putting out this foolishness. She will have to stand before Jesus and answer to this, for this level of division that she's sowing, because this is not what Jesus wanted. This is not what Jesus tells people to do. Okay, Jesus says, love your neighbor, love everyone. Hell, love your enemies. Not lie to people and tell them nonsense like this to keep them brainwashed. Jesus does not want people to be misinformed. They have the wool pulled over their eyes, to constantly be confused in emotion and being told that they're victims. This is not what Jesus wanted, victims. He wanted victors. And this type of nonsense is just going to keep black people in that same insane state. I'm again watching this. I was just like, this is beyond belief. How many times, how long will black people keep getting fooled by this nonsense? Anyway, the only reason why I'm making this video is to highlight exactly, this is a perfect example of the nonsense that people on the left do to keep other people brainwashed, fixated on nonsense. This is the same type of nonsense that's pushed to Hispanic people with all the La Raza. This is the same insane nonsense that's pushed to these feminists, telling them that they're being oppressed, even though women in the West have the best living standard of all women on the planet, more freedom than any group of women on the planet, but they still believe that they're oppressed. Again, this is absolute insane and it's complete, pure evil. We have to watch out for stuff like this here, and we have to call it out when we see it, because this is nothing but the division and confusion that the Bible warns us about that's coming from Satan. This is pure satanic nonsense. Anyway, y'all, so I'll put a link in the description if you want to see the full video, but man, it's what utter foolishness that black people continue to believe insanity like this. Anyway, y'all, as always, until next time, unbelievable.